Hello, how's everybody doing? How are you? Today's Tell the Truth Tuesday. Did you know that whipped shea butter and chocolates both melt through the various transit? If you're putting it in the mail, they both melt in warm weather. Warm weather is here. And as more and more people are, of course, moisturizing to keep their hands moisturized during this wash your hands situation, you've got to keep them moisturized. You're ordering more whipped shea butters. I want you to keep this in mind. If I've placed your product in the mail, it's taking you 1, 2, maybe 3 days. It's gone through so many different ups and downs in temperature. There's no telling. And because I have control of what I do before I send it out, I don't have control over what happens as it's in transit. I just want to show a sample of what the whipped shea butter would look like after you opened it in the mail. And it's 70 or more degrees. It's softer. Still works really well. Just softer, like that box of chocolates. Kind of melted, but it still tastes good. Want to show you what it looks like either before I mail it out or after you put it back in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. It's solid. Doesn't come out of the jar. It's nice and firm. Still whipped, but nice and firm. So I want you to keep that in mind, that just like chocolates that melt in warm weather, and keep in mind shea butter is a form of like a chocolate sort of nut, which is cocoa butter. So those all melt in warm weather. They still taste good when you eat them. They still feel good when you put it on your skin. Because my whipped shea butters do not contain any form of waxes like beeswaxes or chemical synthetic stabilizers, that is the only downside of being natural. They're natural. There's no stabilizer. There's nothing artificial to keep them firm. So keep in mind, if you happen to get your products a little softer than normal, just put that in the refrigerator, let it sit for about 2 hours, and they go back into being solid. So another little trick though, you may want to consider the Skin and Hair or 3-in-1 Shea Mango Butter Buddy Bar, which has shea, mango, cocoa in a vegan wax. So it does stay a little more solid in this warm weather. So those are your options. If you get the butter, you like the butter, you like the whip, which also decreases in air in the heat and sometimes deflates. So you feel like, wait a minute, this isn't a full jar. What's going on? Well, that whipped air that was there when it was initial deflates again through transit. So with that in mind, I'm going to place this same sort of warm weather advisory on my website to make it clear to you that it's still good to use. It still moisturizes exactly the same, just like that box of chocolates is still good to eat. If it happens to melt, it still tastes good. Just know that I make the absolute best, using the best ingredients in my product. There's no synthetics. There's no animal-based product in it. And with that in mind, that's a little bit of the trade-off you get when you go with a natural product. Until next time, have a great one. I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.